paboritong public service program ay susulong na naman. Maririnig kami sa bagong time slot na alas 5 hanggang alas 6 ng gabi, Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Sa prime time slot na ito, higit na maraming listeners at viewers ang aabuti ng aming iba't ibang segments tulad ng Gospel Verse a Day, balita sa special sectors tulad ng OFW, senior citizens, Chinoy community at iba pang makabuluhang sektor. Makakasama ang veteran journalist na si Loli Acosta. Mabuhay! Sulong na Bayan!
Mapagpalang hapon po sa ating mga tagapakinig. Welcome po sa ating programang Sulong na Bayan. At tayo po ay napapakinggan at napapanood. Just log on to our website, www.dwiz882am.com. At syempre sa ating mga DG boxes. Meron din po tayong FB streaming, TikTok, X account. At lahat po ay madaling-madaling. Kasi free TV na po tayo sa Aliw TV Channel 23. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa case may be. Lalong-lalo na po sa Estados Unidos, sa East Coast, sa West Coast. Ganoon na rin po sa gitnang silangan. Napakalakas po natin sa Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, dyan sa Jeddah, Riyadh, Dubai, Qatar, at syempre sa mga neighboring countries, saan naman po yan, sa Down Under. Hello, hello mate. At syempre sa karating po sa Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Singapore, Hong Kong, Myanmar, at malakas daw po tayo sa Papua New Guinea at sa Sokor, South Korea, and Hong Kong. Dito naman po sa ating bayan na minamahal nating Pilipinas, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, lalong-lalo na po sa ating mga kapatirang Muslim, Assalamu alaikum. Or today, we're so blessed and privileged to have him live dito sa ating programa dahil nga galing pa siya ng Davao. He is actually our Filipino Honorary Consul in Mindanao for Finland. So let's welcome him to our program and no less than Sir Antonio Peralta. Hello, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, Loli, and good afternoon to all our listeners out in the different countries from the impressive list that was mentioned by Ma'am Loli here. It is indeed a pleasure for me to be here this afternoon.
Okay, let's dive in kasi people need to know more about Finland. Kami po dito sa ating programa, ang layunin is really educate, not to influence but educate more para maintindihan nila saan naman sila talaga pwedeng makasali at maka-engage. So, educate us first. What led to the reopening of the Finnish Embassy in Manila?
Okay, the Finnish Embassy in Manila has long been established here, except that in about 2011 or 2012 was that, they closed it down. When embassies enter a particular country, it's always for the best of intentions, that is to really maximize relationships that can lead to fruitful economic relationships. At that time, I guess there was not much going by between the Philippines and Finland, hence that led to the closure of the embassy here. And sometime in 2019, the ambassador of Finland, the first ambassador to come here after the embassy was closed down, is Ambassador Marcos Yuha. And Ambassador Marcos
now?
is no longer. We have a new lady ambassador.
Okay, lady.
Ambassador Sayija Norminen, and she is a very established diplomat with years of experience in the diplomatic world, and has worked in different countries as well. So the reopening of both the embassies of Finland here in the Philippines will be followed by the opening of an embassy this year, I think, or are they already open? I think it will be opened this year. This is the embassy in Helsinki, Philippine Embassy in Helsinki. So, andun na po tayo. Finland opened its main embassy here, and it's located in BGC at the fort. And then you have two honorary consulates supporting that. The first one being in Cebu, headed by my counterpart, Honorary Consul Franco Soberano, and representing Davao or in Mindanao is yours truly. So we have a very good presence covering
Imagine, that's
the
too huge.
entire
Mindanao.
Philippines. No? So
That brings me to my next question, Consul Tony. What's the interest of Finland naman in opening up 2 honorary consulates, lalo na sa inyo sa Davao and Cebu?
when honorary consulates are opened, it is with the sole purpose of really looking at the kind of opportunities, economic opportunities that can benefit both Finland and the Philippines. No? So as in this case, the benefits are really very good for the Philippines. Finland established itself as a leader in education.
And
they are currently #1 in the whole world.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
And
Not Germany, not Austria.
no,
Gosh, these
Finland.
people, people
Finland
don't know
has
this.
the leadership at this time for that. Their education system, there is very much, it's really more of an approach of why didn't we think of this before?
Ba't ngayon lang
They
natin
simplified
nalalaman?
it. There's
Right.
not much.
No publicity, maybe no...
It's not. It's. I guess their way
Information
of
campaign.
looking at education, how it can benefit the student, or how it can, how that student who now will become an adult can contribute to society. So that's why there is really a very good result, as you can see from the number of innovations that Finland has contributed to the world economy.
Because I remember very quickly, Erasmus, this is a project by EU, European Union, and I've interviewed them
Yeah.
a lot of times. In fact, they just had an exhibit for inviting all walks of life, all those who are higher education to Consul Tony. So, Finland, parang hindi masyadong i-promote.
Okay. Well,
But Portugal, Spain,
Finland of late has sent a delegation of educators here to the Philippines. I was in one of those sessions that they had, and it was quite an interesting session because they showed interest in really pursuing partnerships here. Now, their partner in making this happen is the European Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines.
Okay.
And ECCP, because of its very strong presence among schools, not only in Manila, but also in Cebu and Mindanao, has engaged the Erasmus Mundus.
Right,
As a matter of fact, one of our members, the Holy Cross Davao College, they were appointed by the Erasmus Mundus as the hub
Oh, good. That's
for
good
Mindanao.
to hear. Okay.
And
That's something
what prompted that was about 3 years ago, before the consulates were opened, we in the European Chamber of Commerce, because I also represent the European Chamber of Commerce as their chairman for the Southern Mindanao Business Council.
Wow, that's a
So,
huge responsibility.
I saw also the need to partner our schools with schools in Europe. And when
you thought of
Finland came around and I became the honorary consul for Finland, the first thing I really looked at were really the educational programs they had. And we already have
Did you
some
discover?
discussions along the way. We have triggered some interest now among schools in Mindanao that have shown interest in pursuing such partnerships. Now, the Education Advocacy Committee of the European Chamber
Yeah.
is premised on operating on 4 or 5 areas, and that's
What are these?
student exchange programs,
Meron silang
then visiting professor programs, joint research undertakings, cultural and sports exchange. So these are the main areas of cooperation that we see
Visiting prof.
that can benefit schools,
Right.
that can benefit our students here with that kind of a different perspective.
menu, yeah.
So,
What do you mean by visiting professors?
visiting professors, they will be exchanging
Teachers.
professors here who will be teaching also there.
Wow.
And they will be teaching also here, I mean, on
That's cool.
subjects of common interest, like, general management is one, or computer science is one,
Right.
if needed be, or we can get into the biological sciences, and they're very much advanced in that regard.
Yan, galing.
So
Matututunan natin
there are a lot of things that I really can see, and what really prompted us to really look at the Erasmus Mundus program was the availability of scholarships to Philippine schools,
Yeah.
which again I was hoping na at least man lang umabot yan ng mga 50%, but when I last reviewed, it was less than 50%. So that's where I saw
work on it.
that this could, perhaps a better way would be to re-echo what is being mentioned here in Manila to the provinces.
Right.
And perhaps there are other
Spread
provincial
natin
institutions that may take interest.
Why
in
not?
this.
Maybe
So,
Ateneo,
yes.
maybe other
Yes,
universities.
there are already, as a matter of fact, the membership that of the Education Advocacy Committee in Davao has really grown a lot with the bigger schools
and
coming in. Yes, and we engage them, and hopefully this year we will have
Increase,
there's that very important education. It's basically an event that the Erasmus Mundus
that will
supports,
promote, yeah.
which is a educational fair that they
Yeah.
intend to hold also in Davao.
Good.
So that, I believe, will attract a lot of
Other-
people or schools that are interested in European programs.
Right. And the exchange student consultoning. So that's the basic exchange of the one that you said that are like 5 that you were interested
Yes.
in. So we have the visiting professors, we have the joint
Joint research.
research.
Yung joint research naman is a research endeavor involving 2 entities, our local schools here and a school out in Finland or in Europe, and they would be undertaking this research perhaps on topics of mutual interest. And one of those could be the impact of climate change on agriculture.
Yes.
Because these are serious challenges. The Philippines is now number 1 as the most threatened
Issue.
country.
Right.
According to the Asian Development Bank,
Really now.
we rank number 1 as the most vulnerable country in the world. Because if you look at the map, you can see that the Philippines faces the Pacific Ocean. We are like a buffer between Vietnam and the Pacific Ocean, between Malaysia and the Pacific Ocean, and parts of Indonesia. No? So,
Tayo yung
dito
pwede
talaga ang tama ng
apektado.
typhoons, no?
Right.
Even to a certain extent, even China. No? So, we're like a buffer, a natural buffer, so to speak.
So how have we somehow progressed in you're saying joint research?
The joint research will take time. There have been discussions, but I'm not at
Yet, at liberty.
liberty to say that because this is
Ongoing.
Still kept confidential. I believe that will be made public in due time.
Yeah.
But it's so far, from what I understand, it's been an interesting discussions that
It
we
has
have.
to be addressed actually now
Yeah,
that you brought
because-
it up. Nako, there's no other time. Let's not delay it. Let's not procrastinate it. I think this is the best time.
Yes, because for others that don't believe in climate change, especially for people who don't think it's really real,
Serious.
all you have to do is to look at the lives of people in the coastal communities, and you can see
Wiped out.
that it has already affected fish production. It has already affected
folks.
even your marine life in these coastal areas. No?
Right. All
Which
dead.
used to be rich and diverse
Wala.
is now becoming
Sad.
a
It's
very
so sad.
difficult place where there's so much lower productivity. No?
At saka wiped out eh. You wouldn't
Yes.
believe it. Wow, the corals, the reefs and all na wala. Now, moving on to the cultural and sports. What are you looking at?
Oh, cultural and sports.
arts and
Of
culture,
one,
sports?
Still basketball is still the most popular sport in
Yeah, in the Philippines.
the Philippines. Finland is one of the top performers of the Euro League basketball sports. Some of their players have landed already in the National Basketball Association. If that's any measure of the kind of interest. But again, as I say,
Matatangkad ba sila ang
very,
Finnish?
the
Like, how
players
tall
are
are you?
about 7 feet and 6 feet.
Okay, so matatangkad.
Yeah.
You are only 6 and then sila 7.
Oh yes, when you go there, it's
Kaya?
like parang land of the giants.
Ay, ganun. So may palo, ibig sabihin may laban naman tayo, Philippines.
Well,
Tangkad natin.
there are other sports that we can excel.
Okay, like what?
Boxing is one.
Okay, yeah. Our Manny Pacquiao.
Then we have you have Manny Pacquiao, who's reigning champion in different classes.
Yeah. Title
Also, it
holders.
comes to billiards, it comes to golf.
Oh, okay.
All of these that do not require the height, where we are starting off with a big disadvantage with that.
Oh, wow. So ayan, those who are like interested to try and check it out in Finland, how to play basketball or other sports, there you are. You'll get it straight from our honorary consul to Finland, no less than Sir Consul Tony Peralta. Next question is there a strong parang Finnish presence in the Philippines?
Well,
Before you answer that, we have to pause for a quick break.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882. Panatilihing masaya ang paglilibang. Magtakda na oras at limitahan ang gastos sa paglalaro. Huwag magsugal kung nalulungkot. Huwag hayaang makasira ng buhay at pamilya. Para sa impormasyon ukol sa responsible gaming, tumawag lamang sa hotline number 02-8404-0171 o bisitahin ang www.casinofilipino.ph. Isang mensahe mula sa PAGCOR. Gambling is for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Adik ka na ba sa sugal? Lagi ka bang nakakaramdam na matinding udyok na magsugal? Laging gigil na makabawi sa pagkatalo? Naglalaan ka ba ng mas malaking oras at salapi para sa sugal sa halip na para sa pamilya? Nababaon ka na ba sa utang at nagbebenta ng mga ari-arian dahil sa pagsusugal? Kung kailangan mo ng tulong o maging ang isang mahal mo sa buhay, may mga programa ang Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation o PAGCOR tulad ng Player Exclusion Program at iba pa. Para sa dagdag na detalye at impormasyon tungkol sa problem gambling, mag-log on sa www.pagcor.ph/regulatory/responsible.ph. Isang paalala mula sa PAGCOR. Game safely, game responsibly.
Pagsapit ng alas 12 bago ka mag-lunch o kaya nagla-lunch ka. Dagdagan pa ang mga alam mo para hindi ka naman huli sa balita. Live sa DWIZ Manila at sa lahat ng DWIZ News FM sa buong Pilipinas, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. At mapapanood ng live sa Aliw 23 Free TV at sa lahat ng digital channel ng DWIZ. Ang Balitang Bayan. Mga balitang nangyari lang at kasalukuyang nangyayari. Balitang Bayan. Kasama ang opisyal na tagagising ng bayan, si Drew Nasino. Di ka aantukin kapag nalaman mo na ang latest sa Balitang Bayan. Sa patuloy na pagbabalita ng tama at paglilingkod ng tama. Balitang Bayan. Araw-araw, 12 noon. Papalakas ng papalakas, palinaw ng palinaw, mga balita at impormasyong naiintindihan dahil malinaw mong nalaman. Tutok lang sa DWIZ mula umaga hanggang gabi. Updated on air and online. DWIZ, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
Ang balitang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Petron. Petron knows you deserve only the best.
Latest, pinakabago at tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Pilipinas, narito na ang tamang balita sa oras na ito. Kamara, nire-respeto ang posisyon ng Senado kaugnay sa Articles of Impeachment. Ang buong detalye ay hatid ni Patrol 30 Jel Mendez.
Iginagalang ng House Prosecution Team ang posisyon ng Senado hinggil sa Articles of Impeachment na i-transmit na ng Kamara. Kasunod dito ng pahayag ni Senate President Francis Cheese Escudero na kailangan nila ng sapat na panahon para pag-aralan ng impeachment laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Sa ginanap na media press con kanina ay sinabi ni House Assistant Majority Leader at Lanao del Sur 1st District Representative Zia Alonto Adjong na posibleng naghahanda pa ang Senado dahil kailangan munang i-adopt ang rules of impeachment ng institusyon. Sinabi naman ni House Deputy Majority Leader at Iloilo 3rd District Representative Lawrence Defensor na kanilang masiigihan ang pagpaplano sa bawat articles of impeachment na layong mailatag ang simple at klaro para sa sambayanan habang hinihintay ang desisyon sa Senado. Anya, kanilang hahayaan ang Senado kung papaano isasagawa ang proseso ng impeachment. Umaasa ang prosecution team na magko-convene ang Senado para sa impeachment trial laban sa Vice Presidente. Mula sa mababang kapulungan ng Kongreso, ito si Patrol 30. Jelle Mendez nag-uulat para sa impilang may todong lakas sa DWIZ. Nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
At sa kaugnay na balita, Pangulong Marcos itinangging may kamay siya sa impeachment complaints laban kay VP Sara. Ang buong detalye ihatid ni Patrol 13 Gilbert Perdez.
Iginiit ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. na wala siyang kamay sa pag-usad ng impeachment complaints laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Sa press briefing dito sa Malacanang, binigyan diin ng Pangulo na noong una pa lamang ay tutol na siya sa mga reklamo laban kay VP Sara. Hindi anya niya maaring diktahan ng mga mambabata sa trabaho nila na nakasaad din sa saligang batas. Paliwanag ng Pangulo, wala ni isang kaalyado niya sa Kongreso ang nagsampa ng reklamo laban kay Duterte. Pero giit ng Presidente kung may mga bumuto mang ilang mga kaalyado ng pamahalaan ay wala rin naman siyang kinalaman dito. Patrol 13 Gilbert Perdes para sa impilang may totong las. DWIZ nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Samantala, ilang produkto, kabilang ang ilang brandang delata, tinapay, kandila at iba pa ang magtataas presyo. Ito'y matapos na payagan ng Department of Trade and Industry ang ilang mga manufacturer na magtaas presyo. O kabilang naman sa mga magtataas ng presyo ang ilang brands ng sardinas, canned meats, gatas at Pinoy Tasty at Pinoy Pandesal, gayon din ang kandilas at battery.
DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
At yan ang tawang balita sa oras na ito. Mag-follow and subscribe sa lahat ng DWIZ News digital channels, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, DWIZ News App at DWIZ News website. Ako po si Geraldine Doinog, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
Oras-oras nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Ang balitang ito ay inihatid sa inyo ng Petron. Petron knows you deserve only the best.
Oras 5:25 ng magandang hapon.
Oras hatid sa inyo ng Pagcor.
That time check was brought to you by MX3.
MX3. Dito ako bilib. Oras hatid sa inyo ng Pagcor.
That time check was brought to you by Bingo Plus. Download Bingo Plus app now in Google Play and App Store for a chance to win up to 154 million pesos of jackpot prize. Visit bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882.
Kapag tapos ng bumoto, lumapit sa Electoral Board para maipasok sa Automated Counting Machine, ACM, ang balota at hintayin ma-print ang voter's receipt. Ito po si Loli Rivera Acosta.
paalalang dapat isipin at gawin. Bahagi na. Iboto ang tama. Itama ang boto. DWIZ Election Coverage.
All right, we're back in our segment for envoys and entrepreneurs. Now, we were again asking our honorary consul to Finland, no less than Consul Tony Peralta, if there is such a thing or a strong Finnish presence in the Philippines.
Well, the way I would put it, it is not really in the scale of the presence of other foreign nationals here, but it's a growing community, especially here in Manila and also in Cebu. In Davao, they are coming. It's not yet so many, but there's already interest, growing interest from the people I've been speaking with in the European Chamber. No? So it's just only a matter of time. No? You can see HN that you have a lot of industries here like Nokia. Nokia is a well-known name here.
I used to have that.
Nokia phones in the 90s. The late, in the early 2000s were really lording it over in terms of market share here. Of course, there are also other technologies that Finland has really been successful in. One of them I mentioned already, education was one. The other one is the advocacies of Finland really move in the field of renewable energy.
Solar and all.
And they had the very...
What about healthcare?
Healthcare is also one, but that is where the complementation between the Philippines and Finland can come in. And that is the provision of, I would say, healthcare assistance coming from our caregivers, from our nurses, and one day soon, hopefully doctors.
Doctors. Yes. And of course, our hospitals, if we need to rehab our hospitals for maybe improve the services, Finland has the expertise.
Has invested a lot in its healthcare. It's one of the best healthcare systems in the world.
Oh, okay.
So it is something that Finland is proud about, the way they have managed their economy. Mind you, Finland wasn't that rich 50 years ago.
Oh, wow.
It was,
how did it really flourish?
It was a poor country, as what the former ambassador told me. Gave me a little bit of history of what Finland was. And it was able to improve and grow over time. Because
what was the secret now?
Discipline.
Oh, okay. That was exactly
it's cultural. Cultural aspect of it is really anchored on discipline.
Sabi nga nila in Tagalog, if I may say this, sa ikaunlad ng bayan, disiplinang kailangan.
Or bisikleta.
Bisikleta daw sabi. In fact, sabi yan ni actually kahapon, I have to echo it, kasi sabi ni former Finance Secretary Gary Teves, yan lang, Loli, ang bottom line, disiplina.
Yes.
Simply
I agree with you.
So ganun ang Finland. That's why they flourish and now they're so progressive. From a poor country, can you imagine? Develop sila.
Yeah, they're very much
good
advanced
education and advanced.
Advanced, and they were able, discipline also requires that they are able to enforce a good savings habit of being careful with the resources, with the money that they
savings. Yan din naman ang sinabi ni Finance Secretary. Dapat nag-iimpok. Kasi ang kultura daw natin, splurge, kita tomorrow, pauper ka the next day.
Yes.
Mayaman ka mamaya wala ka ng pera. Kasi, gastos. So you're saying, Consul Tony, na ang Finnish people or Finnish nationals, they know how to save.
Yes. The savings habit is really one of the best that I've ever seen. Work in different countries, but the way they look at life. And yet the country enjoys another very good aspect, and they're considered as the world's happiest people.
Happiest people nga eh. You beat me on that. Yun ang tatanong ko sa iyo mamaya. Hold natin ng konti. Okay. Going back to another question. How long has Finland and the Philippines established their diplomatic relations?
They opened the embassy in Manila in 2019. I believe it was November or December 2019.
Okay.
And then, but everybody knew after March, the pandemic hit us all.
2020.
And that was all, they still went on, they were present here. So in 2022, they started reaching out to the provinces, no? And more or less we were officially opened in September of 2022. Before that,
barely
it was
five.
with Cebu. Naunang Cebu.
Okay. Then Davao.
Davao.
What are their interests ba?
Varied. Finland is a country where there is a lot of technology that could be harnessed for the development of this country. A lot of good business practices that they really
Yun gusto ko.
undertake.
Kasi we were brought up, I don't know, it's my personal, when you study, okay, after studying really good, you go abroad or go overseas and work there. Yung business, hindi tinuro, hindi katulad sa mga Chinese, bata pa lang, after you graduate, eto na, you can own your own business, kanting hardware and bato.
It's cultural, more
So,
than
sa
that.
Finland.
It's really cultural than anything else that I've seen.
Okay.
Uh,
So business.
I guess maybe because we have been accustomed to exposures to the Spanish, then the Chinese, then we have the exposures to the Americans, then to the Japanese. So I mean, a lot of these cultural influences somehow, crisscross. And when you have chop suey,
You just have to
imagine that kind of a culture, no? Mabuti naman sana.
wala kang ma-accomplish. Chop suey.
You can't really go far with that.
So you're saying
you
dapat
must maintain a strong focus.
focus.
Hindi yun, tignan mo na lang, every time
Parang you
there
go
is,
with the flow.
Yes. There are changes in the environment.
Sige na.
Then you need to change the programs right away. Unlike Indonesia, unlike Malaysia, our neighbors. No. There's a 5-year plan. We follow that 5-year plan through. Well, hindi lang binabago yan.
Hindi pa ba?
Dahil lang napag-usapan yan, they believe that given this, they're able to progress in a better stead.
Right. So back to discipline din yan eh.
Yes.
Kasi wala kang focus. Ano po ba ang current advocacies ngayon ng Finland?
The current advocacies of Finland is the promotion of educational partnerships
Yan.
between its schools and schools around the world. But now in the Philippines, it's basically schools here in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. The promotion of renewable energy
Yan.
for industries and for businesses to use and to look at the energy model that Finland has had.
What do they have? Itong
Well,
model energy.
Finland, if you look at its location, its biggest neighbor is Russia.
Okay, katabi.
So, because of strategic implications and all, and there was a time that they were really also getting into importing energy from Russia because of the tensions in Ukraine. That eventually...
Still going on, by the way.
Yes, it's still going on, but at the same time, Finland was able to prepare itself.
Equipped.
Because over the years, what they have done was invest a little here and there until
Slowly but
the
surely.
renewable energy aspect
Realized.
of it. Oh, yes.
May
that was-
foresight sila. Ang laki.
you know that their
Imagine.
energy dependence on the outside world is, I believe, it's between 12 to 15% lang.
Oh.
So about 85% or 87% of that is really generated from solar panels that they have, wind farms.
Wind. Wind.
And they also
energy.
they have utilized even all the energy aspect. They have a large forest land, so all these forests have their peat.
Laki niyan.
You know, there are peat that you can find in the ground, and once this peat is converted into energy, it is also another cheap form of energy. And the nice thing about it, they really advocate clean energy.
Yeah, I know.
So
Clean
doon mo
space.
makikita yung advantage of having a country like Finland, and
Very
knowing
disciplined.
and understanding where they really succeeded and where they also had challenges. No,
What are some of the challenges?
you know, part of the challenge in designing perhaps solar panels is that a long time ago it
Wala
was so
tayo niyan.
expensive,
Right.
very expensive to really buy a
Parang
solar
impossible.
panel. But now it's affordable because of technology. They were able to find ways and means to use different materials to make their products much more
Affordable.
competitive and affordable.
Right.
So
Galing
that's
sila.
those are things that innovations that I think that the Philippines can learn from. No? And the other aspect of it also is the aspect of a circular economy.
Okay, that sounds new to me. What is solar? I'm sorry,
circular.
circular.
Just
Economy.
imagine a circle, no? So from the
Circle.
time that you plant a seed
Okay.
to the time that you see this being grown into a plant and you harvest
Nurture.
it, and then once you harvest it, it gets sold to the market, and then from the markets, consumer, then you start planting again. So in between, there
Circular.
are instances where there is waste, like farm waste.
Yes.
In our
What do
case,
you do?
it is rice.
Oh,
So yung rice hull, that is the waste extract from your planting rice, is sometimes being burnt
Still-
in the open field.
okay. Is that healthy? Is that toxic?
Well, it does contribute to greenhouse gas.
Okay.
So, but I've seen models here that have really,
We should adapt that.
push this. What they do now is the conversion of this rice hull waste into carbon-based inputs, no? So that is yung rice hull, convert yan into biochar. Biochar is converted into a carbon-based input
Ayun.
na hinahaluan ng mga ibang farm waste.
Okay.
And that qualifies for soil conditioners.
For fertilizer maybe.
Fertilizer, yeah.
So that's still useful.
Useful. Umiikot lang
ikot
siya.
lang.
That's
Kaya
why it's a circular. Yes.
Oh, wow.
So if we have more of that, then that will really help in terms of making your farms more efficient. And at the same time, over
Dapat
the long
ma-introduce
term,
na yan dito sa atin.
Ha?
Dapat we can do that now.
the farmers in Caraga are doing this already.
Okay, that's good to
They
hear.
are doing that already, and they are doing that under different donors, no? So who have helped them, and they're fairly successful. There's interest in that also. Believe it or not, the demand for biochar is so big.
Oo, big. Napakalaki.
Kasi ginagamit rin yan ng mga cement companies.
Also, mga
to
manufacturers.
fire up their machineries, no? At the same time, advocating also clean energy, hindi na
Hindi
fuel-based.
na fuel-based, hindi na siya toxic.
Hindi na siya toxic.
Oo,
Yes.
see, that's something new. Circular economy, can we adapt that?
Of course, we can.
Yeah.
It's a question of really understanding
How
yung production
it is.
process mo.
The
yung
farmers
production
lalo na
to
po.
Markets, yes.
Kasi nga, grabe, the farmers are aching. They keep saying, we can't do this, we can't do that. There's like a broker muna before we really earn. Kung sila kaya ang ini-educate na natin diretso, so they would understand
Yes.
na ito na pala yung pwedeng gawin. We don't have to hire somebody else. So, sila rin mismo will flourish. Okay, next question po is, has there been ministerial visits of Finnish ministers to the Philippines?
Yes.
But before you answer that, we have to pause for another break.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882. Panatilihing masaya ang paglilibang. Magtakta na oras at limitahan ang gastos sa paglalaro. Huwag magsugal kung nalulungkot. Huwag hayaang makasira ng buhay at pamilya. Para sa impormasyon ukol sa responsible gaming, tumawag lamang sa hotline number 02-8404-0171 o bisitahin ang www.casinofilipino.ph. Isang mensahe mula sa PAGCOR. Gambling is for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Adik ka na ba sa sugal? Lagi ka bang nakakaramdam na matinding udyok na magsugal? Laging gigil na makabawi sa pagkatalo? Naglalaan ka ba ng mas malaking oras at salapi para sa sugal sa halip na para sa pamilya? Nababaon ka na ba sa utang at nagbebenta ng mga ari-arian dahil sa pagsusugal? Kung kailangan mo ng tulong o maging ang isang mahal mo sa buhay, may mga programa ang Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation o PAGCOR tulad ng Player Exclusion Program at iba pa. Para sa dagdag na detalye at impormasyon tungkol sa problem gambling, mag-log on sa www.pagcor.ph/regulatory/responsible.ph. Isang paalala mula sa PAGCOR. Game safely, game responsibly.
Direk, yan mo na si ate. Kasi sa ₱1 lang, makakalaro ka na sa Bingo Plus. Malay mo, mapanulunan mo pa ang jackpot prize sa first online live streaming bingo sa Pinas. Pag panalo sa bingo,
Plus sa saya!
Download Bingo Plus app now in Google Play and App Store for a chance to win up to 154 million pesos jackpot prize. Visit bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo. Gaming for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Maglaro sa Bingo Plus app para tuloy-tuloy ang saya. Kasi ₱1 lang, makakalaro ka na sa Bingo Plus.
malay mo, mapanulunan mo pa ang jackpot prize sa first online live streaming bingo sa Pinas. Pag panalo sa bingo,
Plus sa saya!
Download Bingo Plus app now in Google Play and App Store for a chance to win up to 154 million pesos jackpot prize. Visit bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo. Gaming for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882.
Kapag tapos ng bumoto, lumapit sa Electoral Board para maipasok sa Automated Counting Machine, ACM, ang balota at hintayin ma-print ang voter's receipt. Ito po si Loli Rivera Acosta.
Paalalang dapat isipin at gawin. Bahagi na. Iboto ang tama. Itama ang boto. DWIZ Election Coverage.
Alright, nagbabalik po muli ang ating programang Sulong na Bayan. Ako, pasulong na po ang bayan kasi napakarami ng wealth of experience and insights na pinagkakalob sa atin na ating panauhin, no less than the Honorary Consul to Finland, Sir Anthony Peralta. May hanging question tayo po kanina. Meron na po bang mga bumibisita ngayon, Consul Tony, na mga ministerial visits na matatawag sa atin dito sa Philippines?
Yes, we have had some visits already. The most senior of all is the visit of Minister Tavio. He is the Minister of Trade, and his visit here signals already the interest of Finnish companies in the Philippines. Together with him, were members of an entity called Business Finland.
Wow.
The way they term it. Actually,
Business, right.
Some of them come from the Department of Trade nila.
Business.
Part ng DTI natin.
Okay. Business
But
Finland.
Business Finland, or
Ganda.
sometimes they call themselves Team Finland.
Okay.
So they really coordinate a lot of these activities, and it's really impressive the way they have really been pursuing their visits here. So with that
When was the
visit,
last? Sino ba yung huling
the last
dumating?
visit was not done by a
Not Minister
senior
Tavio.
minister, but trade delegations na that followed.
Delegation na.
So the
Malaki
last
yan.
one was only held last week.
That recent.
Yes.
What did they do? What was accomplished?
It's more of and an MOU was signed on labor mobility.
Okay. What does that mean? Paki-expand po.
Yung labor mobility
MOU.
will allow the entry of Filipino workers in Finland.
Finland. Labor
Yeah,
mobility.
and much has been discussed about the kind of requirements that Finland has. And the Finland or the Finnish government has shown interest in 3 countries. No, that's Korea,
Okay.
Vietnam, and the Philippines.
We're so blessed. Kasali tayo.
So the inclusion of the Philippines is also
Dahil
because of the very
sa inyo
diverse.
siguro.
No,
you've been coordinating with them and telling what the Philippines can offer, na-impress, and then now they have a delegation who visited just last week
Well,
to follow through.
Actually, they've had advanced missions here. Their embassies during the time of Ambassador Yuha has been very active in visiting the BARM area. So that's
Mindanao.
your Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao.
Yeah, the BARM. Incidentally, there's celebrating their 6th anniversary ang Bangsamoro. I'll be there tomorrow. And
Congratulations.
See you guys. Congratulations po, Chief Minister Ahod Ibrahim. Okay, you were saying mobility, labor mobility. How many Filipinos po ba do we have in Finland working as our migrant workers na matatawag?
Well, the numbers are still are changing a lot because we have been looking at some statistics. In last statistics, were only not really that many, about
What kind?
40,000 at one time. Then it jumped up to
60 or
70,000.
70.
So I think the numbers will further increase with that.
Lalo na ngayon.
Given this mobility aspect,
MOU.
the MOU signed between the Finnish government and the Department of
Trade.
Migrant Workers,
Right.
no?
Oh, okay.
DMW.
Okay, with the
yeah, they signed
Secretary
already
Hans
that.
Katda, okay.
Pati sa department.
What kind of usual trabaho, jobs do
Well,
they have
the
in
openings, as I see it, is supporting the tourism industry in Finland, and also the health, and to a
Healthcare.
certain extent, education as well.
So,
Yeah.
magaganda ba ang kanilang tourism destinations?
Well, if you are into
Anong
winter
bestseller dyan sa
sports, they have a lot of that. You know, I mean, Finland has been,
Known
a
for that.
sports leader in different sporting events, no?
What's their climate like? Meron ba sila? 4 seasons ba sila?
No, in fact, there are periods where you have total darkness for months. Huh?
Oh, really?
Yes.
How do you handle that? Parang ayoko yata ng
You have to really adjust to the...
What do they do if it's like all dark? Can't work?
No, they
May
still
mga
work.
ilaw.
They
Yeah,
still
may ilaw
work.
naman yan.
They try to make the workplaces much more conducive to working. And then, because you cannot be sleeping all the time.
No, syempre you have to work.
So when it comes to
Sanay ka na dun.
sleeping, and also when summer comes, you can see that even their summer, you will see and understand why it's called also the land of the midnight
The
sun.
midnight sun. Oh, okay.
because
That's why it's called pala
I was
ganyan.
there last
The
May.
land of the midnight sun.
Oh, I was there last May, and I was kind of surprised to see at 11:30 in the evening.
Sarado na.
It was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon here. I said, "Oh my
wow.
God, how are we gonna sleep here?" You know.
I know.
Then 3 o'clock, I woke up and I saw it was like almost 6 o'clock in the morning again. Oh my
yeah.
God, I
Okay,
said,
very quickly before we really end our discussion, why was Finland called happy, happy country?
Well,
Kahit may midnight sun or
well, I
something.
guess it's more of the attitude of its people. You know,
Joyful
making,
sila.
enjoying the most of
They don't
what they
complain?
have. They don't complain.
Wow, yan ang
That
dapat.
is
Yan
the
ang
least that I have seen. I mean, of course, I'm not saying that 100% don't complain. There are still people that...
There are problems.
Generally, people there have a way of addressing
Problems. They handle it.
They handle it, and they're more interested in coming up with solutions that would benefit a greater
Ayan ang dapat natin i-emulate. We need to resolve. We don't need to whine and complain and all kasi kita mo happy sila, parang satisfied in other words. Give us a 60-second your message of hope to all our Filipinos listening and viewing.
Well, what I really think is important, it's the way we look at ourselves as a people and learning from the experiences of other countries on how they were able to achieve so much and how they were able to develop their place to be enticing for people to even live in. No? So it is my sincere hope that lessons like this would really resonate well in the way we continue to grow as a country. Right now, we're much more as a migrant country, thriving in different parts of the world. But hopefully one day, there will be that diaspora to come back and really make a difference in the way this country was meant to be.
Thank you so much. As a huge inspirational message for all of us there. That's a challenge, yung diaspora dito naman. But again, siguro we will congratulate Consul Tony for making, enticing the Finnish nationals to come here and try our country to invest. And syempre, madami pa siya. There's a lot of work to do, but we're with you. Thank you so much as our Consul, Honorary Consul to Finland, Anthony Peralta. And thank you sa ating naging kaagapay, DWIZ, Jay, and syempre si Larmaine. At thank you, Mr. Dennis Antonor, for this opportunity, and our Chairman D. Edgar Cabangon. God bless everyone.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882. Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Petron. Petron knows you deserve only the best. Ang programang ito ay inihatid sa inyo ng Pagcor.
Isang pagpupugay, pasasalamat at pagsisikap ang pangako na aming bibitiwan sa lahat ng aming